probably they started missing some shots. You know, they were so good early. We defended them a little bit better, and then if I could put my finger on one thing without watching the tape, I think Marcus Morris, as much as anybody, and Tyshawn Taylor kind of keyed that stretch. And those two guys, I wasn't very happy with. They didn't play much early, and then like the last 8 minutes, I thought they were really fabulous. And yeah, but the key of the game was getting it close at halftime, and amazing that we were able to come from 16 down to 1 at halftime. And then we just kind of, you know, we didn't play great second half. We only got off 16 shots, but we made our free throws. Other than a couple of untimely turnovers late, showed, you know, quite a bit of courage, I thought.
Coach, how did you feel like you were grasping there in the first half? Just to find right.
I didn't feel that way at all. I only used 3 timeouts in the first 6 minutes, so we were grasping. I mean, we didn't have anything going, and they were great. We dared Pullen to make his first shot. He makes it. He's got 8 points by the first TV timeout. Clemente, we couldn't stay in front of him, and then he made everything he looked at early, and so we were just laboring, but the guys hung tough. That's probably as good a road win that we've had since I've been at Kansas, considering the circumstances and how young and the environment and everything else.
Coach, how valuable was your triangle and 2 defense?
Well, we didn't think we could guard. I mean, I don't want to say that. We thought we could guard them. Our play determined otherwise. You know, during the early stages of the game, and we used triangle and 2 against them last time a little bit. So we went to it, and even though, you know, it wasn't great, but I thought we did defend better second half. The biggest problem was we didn't do a good job on the defensive glass, in large part because we don't practice it much. But I do think it bailed us out, and it made the games longer possessions, which probably played to our favor since we were so short on depth late because of foul situations.
Bill, it looked like you guys let Cole Aldridge carry you offensively down the stretch too, whereas sometimes you guys get away from that at the end of the game.
Yeah, we did. We couldn't get the ball into offense there for a while, but so we just said, hey, we're going to bring everybody high and just throw the ball over the top. And he delivered. I don't know exactly, but I think he delivered on 7 points in 3 or 4 possessions for us, which it may have been 9 that we desperately needed because we didn't have anything else going.
Coach, was it a situation when they're up 16 that you were just thinking to yourself, there's no way they can stay this hot the rest of the game?
Well, I thought the way we were defending them, there was probably a chance that they could continue making shots. But usually the law of averages do prevail. They missed some of the same shots they made early, and then we started. You know, we were 8 of 12 from 3. You don't do that on the road very often. So and Brady was fabulous shooting the ball. So you know, we were hoping they would start missing, but we also knew we had to guard them. We didn't guard them early.
Is that what you went with Appleton for that stretch, just to put someone out there on Clemente with fresh legs and just?
Yes, and also you know, just because it would be another ball handler in the game. So.
Bill, how was vital was the swing where they get the tee, they have the ball, get the tee, you come, make 2 free throws and a 3. I mean, potentially a 7-point swing there.
Well, yeah, if everything goes right or wrong, but yeah, that was a big deal. That was a big deal. I did not see what happened. So they called the foul on Brady, if I'm not mistaken, and then I guess the technical, you know, usually the ball goes back to K-State, but because of the type of technical it was, it goes to the other team based on, I guess, the way the rule is, and so it turned out to be a pretty big play for us.
Bill, you guys seem to play smart today. Would you agree?
Are you implying that we didn't on Monday?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I would agree with both assessments. We played much smarter today. We were far more efficient. You know, you only take 16 shots in the second half, but you still score 43 points. We were a very efficient team second half, and you know, we made our free throws. We made some boneheaded plays late when we had the game, and just gave them, you know, free throw block out. They get the ball back. We charge. We had a couple of bonehead plays, but for the most part, we were a much more efficient team today.
Did
Bill,
Marcus
how good was it to have that kind of atmosphere Monday, similar atmosphere, hostile atmosphere, and then coming here, coming off of that game?
Well, I think that every time that you go through something that you haven't been through, it's good. So, You know, I'm not sure that I like the fact that we had to play them back to back. I like them spaced out a little bit, but you know, we usually play in some good environments, but we haven't played any better than the two we played in this week. So that showed something from my team, I thought.
Did Marcus surprise you, and is this now where he takes off?
Well, I hope so. I don't know. Marcus Morris is a really talented player, but we've kind of been waiting for this. I mean, today it was almost like, hey, you know, forget it. I'm just going to go play. I think he's played safe up until this point. He's played not to screw up, but today he went and made plays. So hopefully he will.
Was there ever a time early, especially coming on Monday, that you didn't like the looks in their eye early in the first half?
Well, yeah, I didn't like our look at all in the first half. I thought our look was soft. I thought we were letting them totally dictate everything going on out there. You know, it's one thing not to play well; it's another thing to let it happen. And I thought we were letting it happen. And then we needed something good to happen, and it did. And the next thing, you know, I told our guys, I said, hey, we can get it down to 7 or 8 at halftime if we just focus and just play every possession. And we got it to 1. So, but I didn't like our look early at all.
Were you happy with the way your guards handled the ball, Collins?
Well, I was happy considering how they played till the last 3 minutes. You know, I bet we had 4 turnovers the last 3 minutes or 3 turnovers or whatever. So, but we did a much better job of handling the ball. Sharon's going to turn it over some when he handles it every possession for 37 straight minutes against teams that pressure like that. So I thought for the most part he did a good job.
Well, what are your thoughts on Denny Clemente's playmaking ability right now?
He's good. You know, he's a first-team all-leaguer, you know, for sure. And, you know, he was good, I thought, before we played him before, but his confidence level is so much higher. And, you know, he thinks everything's going in from my perspective when it leaves his hands. So he's far more aggressive. And, you know, you can't simulate that type of speed, you know, practicing against it because he's as fast as anybody in the country.
Thanks, Coach.
He's really good.
Players start to go back.